Welcome to Discover Greater Lansing. Whether you're exploring the rich history of the state capital or indulging in incredible local food, there's always something exciting happening here. Discover living. Discover mobility. Discover downtown. Discover giving back. Greater Lansing offers breathtaking activities and outdoor adventures, ensuring a perfect balance of city life and natural beauty. Discover the warmth. Discover the charm. Discover Greater Lansing. The journey begins now.
Hello and welcome back to another, what promises to be fantastic edition of Discover Greater Lansing. We're here today with Brett from Lansing Parks and Rec, and he's going to tell us everything that's going to be happening during our warm weather season when everybody wants to just blossom and get out of the house. And what do you have in store for us when the warm weather hits?
Oh, there's lots. There's lots to do. And let's start with our summer camps. And so these are for youth in the community age 5 to 13. And they will begin on the 16th of June. Okay. And they'll run for 8 weeks. So you can register a week at a time. And these are for parents that want to drop their kids off. Say they can drop off as early as 7:45 a.m. and the pickup is as late as 6 p.m. So we try and work for that working crowd. And these are really the memories that you make for a lifetime. So you go on field trips, you're doing arts and crafts, special events out there. We have theme weeks. And this is really designed to make those memories that last a lifetime during the summer. And of course we need staff for that. And that really goes as young as 14 years old. We have what we call a leader in training program. So if you're a little too old for camp, but not able to have that job yet, that first job, we have this leader in training program that really teaches those skills to be able to be a camp counselor for us in the future. That's
fantastic. My ears perked up. I have a 6-year-old granddaughter, so those camps, I remember when my daughter was little, and they're at various camps around the city?
So yeah, we have them at our community center sites. So you can be at Foster Community Center, for instance, or the Elfrida Schmidt. We are moving this year, so that is not at the Elfrida Schmidt Community Center just because there's construction going on there. But folks can take a look at our website and get signed up for the program that's nearest to them or that fits their schedule.
Right, and it's great. You said they can sign up at a week at a time?
Yes.
So if you don't know your full summer schedule, but you know there are certain weeks you might need some help with the little ones, and what age group does it cover?
So this is for 5 to 13-year-olds,
okay.
So any 5 to 13-year-olds in there. And yeah, you can sign up for 1 week, you can sign up for multiple weeks. There are really only 2 holidays that we celebrate in the summer that were closed, and that is Juneteenth on the 19th of June, and then of course July 4th.
Perfect. So that's taking care of our little ones. Now there's something that I love, the music in the park, that all family members, you can bring a picnic, you can enjoy the outdoors. So what's in store for music in the park?
So this will be, we started those in 1994. And so they are still going today. Our goal always is a variety of music and a variety of parks. So on the 11th of June, we will start with Root Doctor, and we will start with them at Morris Park, always a popular site for that. And our concerts will be on Wednesday evenings throughout the summer, so we will have 8 of them, again, beginning in June and running through. The only week that we do not have a Wednesday night concert is the week of the 4th of July. So again, variety of music in a variety of parks. We'll end with the Lansing Symphony Orchestra. But because we have 111 parks throughout the city, we want to be able to get to those and showcase the musical talent that is in our area and bring folks out. And again, as you said, this is for all ages. So you can bring a picnic blanket. We'll have activities for the kids. It's just a chance for you to relax, the work day or the school day, if you're in summer school or whatever, is over. And just being able to enjoy the music that we have out there, to have fellowship with your neighbors or your friends, to have that bite to eat, to take that picnic with you and do those snacks out there in the summer in the parks, because we have those parks that really allow for that. Morris Park is just a beautiful
beautiful.
scene, for instance, or we also have that at Francis Park where you can take a walk through the Rose Garden, but also enjoy the music. So, yes, that will be starting June 11th at 7 p.m. and look for your summer concert in the park schedule.
That's fantastic. I almost had a aha moment. How many parks did you just tell me? 118?
111.
111.
111 parks.
Wow. So when we talk about our green region, our green city,
Yeah.
parks are a big part of making that such an attractive place. And you are looking over all those parks, and some are small and some are very, very big. My first home was on the Moores Park neighborhood.
Okay.
And I remember tracking down there, and the concert in the park has been around, like you said, since the
94.
94. So
Yeah,
well
was
over
when we
30
started.
years. And
Yes.
what an enjoyable thing to look forward and do with your family every
Yeah.
Wednesday night. So let's talk about our parks. There's probably always something going on as far as building them up or repairing. Any park projects coming our way?
Yeah, probably the biggest one this year is we will be shutting down the Lansing River Trail, actually a little reroute. I shouldn't say shutting it down. And this will be in the area of the Fish Ladder. And this is just south of Old Town, right? And really connecting Old Town to downtown is the River Trail. And one of the areas is by the North Lansing Dam around the Fish Ladder. And so we are looking to make this more of an entertainment venue, so to be able to have the concerts down there for folks that have seen the Dam Jam concert series down there. That's really what this is going to be. So we're adding a fireplace, we're adding some swings, we're adding some bleachers that will actually be in the fish ladder, or in the fish bowl there, and creating some staging and some lighting. We've obviously seen great things with that at Rotary Park, and really making that connection along the river trail. So that project will be going this year. Morris Park Pool. We're not going to be open with the pool this year, but next year in 2026, that pool will be over 100 years old. And so construction is taking place on that this year for a grand opening next year. We also have a basketball court complex coming in at Marshall Park. So there will be a 4-court basketball complex there. So those are some of the major projects that we're looking to put forth this year, really to expand those recreational opportunities in our parks.
Man, that Moores Park pool is so near and dear to my heart. I remember my daughter when she was little, floating under the trees. Yeah. What a beautiful gem in our city. So that just really excites me, and I'm sure so many other people who can't wait to cool off in the pool as it's renovated and ready. You said next year. Right?
Next year will be that. Yeah, construction. Folks will be seeing the construction this year.
Okay. So talking about future plans, I believe there's a 5-year plan. Can you tell us, share with some of the highlights of your 5-year plan looking forward?
Yeah, so right now we have a survey out, and we will be wrapping that plan here at the end of 2025 and submitting that to the state of Michigan. So future plans on, for instance, do we need more dog parks in this city? Do we need splash pads out there? Is there areas that we currently have within our parks that need improvement, whether that be with the playgrounds or some of the infrastructure there, tennis courts, basketball courts, etc. Those are all things that we want feedback from the public on. People are very passionate about their parks. They identify their neighborhoods by their parks. As you said it, we are blessed. We have 111 parks. We have 25 miles of river trail with 4 community centers, 2,000 acres of parkland. So there's plenty to give input on. And one of those things is the diversity of services that we offer. Is that programs for individuals with disabilities? Is that programs for kids? Is that programs for adults? Is it passive recreation, just bird watching and being out in nature? Is it active recreation in terms of sporting events or concerts? Those are all things that we want input on from the public to make their parks theirs.
Yeah, what they want. Dog parks, of course. Another thing near and dear to my heart are our furry family members, and And I'd love to see that explored. And like you said, you're going to be listening to what people
Right.
want from their parks. And that's fantastic. And can people give that kind of information online, or are you doing listening tours? Or
Both. We'll be
Okay.
doing all of that. So there will be opportunities for input online, public meetings where we're presenting the findings that we have, or the input that people have given on the 5-year survey, to see where do we want to go, where do we want to grow here, and thinking out, this is going to 2030. So
yeah.
it's kind of that future plan and how we connect our parks. And the last one we did right at the start of the pandemic, 2020 through 2025. So it's great to see how we recovered from that, because there were some things in that plan about what we would do with all the social distancing, et cetera, in
Yes.
parks, and to see that that's now gone, and to see the changes that we have in store for 25 through 2030, it's going to be great.
That's going to be great. I'm so excited to participate and hear about all those great things. And like you said, people are passionate about their parks. Their neighborhood parks and wherever their favorite places are to go, and to support those parks. How does that happen when you're doing these improvements? I think you have something coming up in August that you might want
We
to
do.
spend a minute or two talking about.
So that's our Lansing Park millage, and that comes up every 5 years as well. And we've been blessed by the voters that they have passed that millage for us, and that will be up again here in August. And so if folks are interested, like, how is that money spent? How does the Lansing Parks millage work? We want them to be as informed as possible on what the Parks millage does for them, how they're able to use that in their local parks or for the overall park system, and what their interests are. So we definitely want folks to be aware, because that vote will be coming up in August this year.
Great. So they'll get lots of information and support, and I can't see how you couldn't support 111 beautiful spaces.
Yeah.
And I really liked what you said, Brett, about what people want, because I love the synergy when young people and older people can get together. And so being cognizant of that, and we are an aging population too, and that may kind of change maybe some of the things that you do in the future, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we have seen a definite increase in our older adult programming and fitness classes, for instance, and how that walking programs and walkable communities, biking programs really for that. So yes, it is something where when you have a diverse community, you want to make sure that you have diverse input on what goes on in the parks, at the community centers for the programming. I think the example that we always use is you may not use playgrounds anymore, but you sure see the value of those in your communities and in your neighborhood. And so that's the kind of input that we're looking for, because it is going to be something that is for all ages.
Yeah. You can catch me on a slide still.
Well,
I
there
don't
you go.
care how old you
Or
are.
a swing.
Or a swing. My granddaughter runs around and I do
Yeah.
my own thing. It's
Yeah.
good for us to move,
Yes.
to keep moving no matter what your age
Yeah.
is. And just, if we want to just spend a minute on the river, and it's our gem there. I love kayaking on the river. I have friends with boats that go out. Are Parks and Rec, is that all part of?
Yeah, one of the things when parks were established is there's certain things that you can do in the floodplain.
Okay.
And one of them is to have parks, because
Okay.
you really can't always have buildings, et cetera,
Right.
in there. So we have a number of parks along the river, and that's where we have the majority of our 25 miles of river trail is on that river system. And so we're really trying to point folks to the river. We've had some great cleanup efforts with Michigan Waterways stewards, and we also have looked to where are places that we can provide safe access to folks to get to the river for their kayaks, canoes, fishing, any of those activities along the river. And I think when you look at our previous projects, whether that be Rotary Park or Play Michigan, really focusing on that gem, the Grand River, the project that we had over at Red Cedar with the cleaning of the river with the Drain Commissioner. Always looking to how to incorporate our two rivers and also the Sycamore Creek into our park system.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful to hear, just to know that it's been hidden for so long, this great asset that we have. It's beautiful river that is grand, and to spend some great times. All right, we just have a minute or two left, Brett, to talk about summer fun in a nutshell. July 4th, what's your last kind of thoughts on this great season we're going to be embarking on?
You know, this is our 249th anniversary of the nation's independence. So next year is the big 250, and we're gearing up towards that. So we are going to be having a new fireworks shoot site this year. It will be right over the Shiawassee Street Bridge, right in downtown Lansing. So our 4th of July concert, which will be a Friday this year, come down and enjoy the Lansing Concert Band at Riverfront Park. We'll have a parade that tips off at 11 a.m. that day, but really excited about that new shoot site. It's going to be a very intense 14-minute fireworks show there just after 10 p.m. About 10:10, we'll shoot them off down in downtown Lansing. So we're looking forward to that, and we're looking forward to a great summer. Oh,
it's going to be a great summer in the area, and just I'm going to try to get to 111 parks. It might take me a while, but it's just fantastic. That number just really stuck with me, and how blessed we are to have that, to have you and your team and the city of Lansing as a whole support that park system. Not every community has that asset, and something, like you said, for everyone. You can take your dogs to some, your children to others, have great picnics. There's so much to do. I'm so excited about the concerts in the park as well. Our pools, our historic pools being preserved, and then new stuff coming too. It's the place to be. Wouldn't you agree?
I would. That's why the job is fun. It really is.
You do. You have one of the best jobs.
Yep.
Go out there and play.
That's right.
Well, thanks so much for being with us today and sharing all this great news and getting us really excited for the warmer weather months ahead. Thanks
for having me.
Well, hello. I'm here today with Julie Tomasma, the Chief Executive Officer of Child and Family Charities. Hi, Julie. It's good to see you again. Hey, can you talk to us today a little bit about some of the funding challenges you may be facing in this environment?
Sure. Well, we have a lot of funding challenges, but really it relates to the need, because the need is so great right now. We have seen an explosion of requests for mental health services. We're in a lot of different schools. We're in the community. We've been expanding there. Also with our Homeless and Runaway Youth program, we have a shelter and it has been full. So we have recently expanded our services there, and we've just seen the need continue to grow. Wanted to make sure we were able to respond to all those needs. And then our Family Growth and Resource Center, we provide basic needs for families, and pre-pandemic were about 40 families a month, and now we're seeing about 100 families a week. Wow. And so the need for just basic needs support, getting somebody through the end of the month with just food, clothing, laundry detergent, all those things is so important right now, just to help families.
Absolutely, and you're always there to meet whatever the community needs are, and the exponential growth in needs has been off the charts, unfortunately. But fortunately, people can help, and they can help financially or with time. So let our viewers know a little bit more about that.
So we're always looking for support. We have a gala in December, the Red Nose Ruckus. It's a very popular event. So we're always looking for business sponsorships there. Also, of course, individuals can help us. We really are powered by the community, so we really count on the community for volunteer support and just getting us through and helping us fulfill our mission.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for being here, sharing just a little bit of all the amazing things you do for our family and children in our community.
I'm here today with Shelley Starr from Supreme Lending. And Shelley, interest rates. Oh my gosh, how many times can we hear that right now? So there are some new options, and I think from a seller's standpoint, it really makes their home more desirable to the buying population. So expand on some of the cool new things.
All right, so these buy down programs are very, very good for new purchasers when they're just trying to ease themselves into their house payments. So a 2-1 buy down would be if you started out your interest rate at 6.5% as the going rate, that they're going to get the 4.5% for the first rate 5.5% for the second rate, and 6.5% for the third through the 30th year.
So they can grow into their mortgage like they're
Correct.
growing into that home in that new community that they're purchasing in.
Correct, and then they also get to qualify at that lower interest rate, which helps them qualify for just a little bit more house if they're kind of pushing their limits when
Nice.
they're in their earlier years.
Nice. Well, and most people are going to be interested in that are going to be in their money-making years.
Correct.
So they're looking at buying right now and being able to stay in that home maybe 12 to 15 years. So things will kind of level out based on what this program sounds like. Would you agree?
100%, and especially with interest rates have been a little bit delayed in coming down like we expected them to. So this kind of gives them that little push into a lower interest rate environment, and then after their initial couple years, if interest rates are lower, then they can refinance as well.
Right, right. Well, I am going to talk to all of my sellers about this as well because it sounds like it's a win-win situation if the property is right.
Absolutely, the
So-
seller can benefit and so can the buyer.
Great, great. Well, I hope that every single consumer that's wondering about a buy-down situation gets a hold of Shelley today.
Hi, I'm Deanna East, and I'm with Michigan State University Extension. Here with me today is Brent Crane, who is an MSU Extension educator who specializes in home gardening. Brent, studies show that spending time in nature is really good for one's mental well-being. So where does gardening fit into that?
There's a growing body of research that gardening offers the same benefits. And there are things like reduced anxiety, reduced stress, increased sense of mental focus. All of those things you can gain through gardening. And these things are not just anecdotal. There's actual research behind it where we see decreased levels of cortisol, which is associated with anxiety and stress, increased levels of serotonin and dopamines, which are associated with improved memory function and just a general sense of happiness and just feeling good.
Well, what if I'm not a gardener?
If you're not a gardener, there are still some things that you can do. For example, you can plant a tomato plant on your deck and enjoy things that way. You can also go around to the various places that we have around the area. So if you're near campus, we have a lot of great gardens on campus, ranging from the MSU Horticulture Gardens, the world-renowned Children's Garden. Just south of that, there's the Lewis Arboretum, which is just a beautiful gem if you haven't been there, with lots of dwarf conifers and topiaries and water gardens and a relaxing Japanese garden. There's also a radiology has a healing garden, which is just a beautiful place to relax and enjoy. So there's plenty of options, and if you're not near campus, just find the various parks or other things that are in that area to enjoy.
Well, thank you, Brent, and thank you for joining us and learning more about MSU Extension programs.
Hi, today we're here with Julie Thomasma, the CEO of Child and Family Charities. Julie, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So can you tell us a little bit more about Child and Family Charities and what you do?
Sure. So Child and Family Charities is an agency that serves children and families here in mid-Michigan. We have about 30 different programs, and we reach 20,000 people every year. So here in the mid-Michigan area and also statewide.
Excellent. So you are the recipient of a Rotary Club of Lansing Foundation local grant. Can you tell us a little bit more about how the funds were spent?
Yeah, so we are so fortunate that we have received funds over the years from Rotary. They are an amazing supporter of this community. And we receive funds for our Family Growth and Resource Center, which is providing basic needs support for families. Hundreds of families come through our doors every year that just need that extra diapers, wipes, formula, those things. And then we also most recently received funds for our Homeless and Runaway Youth program to help get them into housing. So rental assistance, that first month support, just making sure that they had everything they need to move out of our shelter and into the community on their own.
That's so great. And you just celebrated a grand opening of your Green Lawn campus.
We did. So we just opened our new campus, which is at the corner of Washington and Green Lawn. It's the former McLaren campus there, and we just got done renovating it. And so our services have been expanding, and just even more important right now to get in there with the community and make sure that we're meeting all the needs. So we are so grateful for the support.
Is there anything else you need from the community or from funders?
We're always looking for volunteers. We have a big campus now to constantly be working on, and with that basic needs support, we're always looking for extra help and hands. So
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here, Julie.
thanks for having me.
Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Tolulope Adedoku of University of Michigan Health Sparrow. As Medical Director for University of Michigan Health Sparrow Specialty Hospital, Dr. Christy Beckholt helps oversee the care of patients who are facing severe, life-threatening, and medical challenges. So welcome, Dr. Beckholt. We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
So tell us more about Sparrow Specialty. What is it? What do you do?
So Sparrow Specialty is a long-term acute care hospital within Sparrow Hospital to help promote the healing and the continued recovery of patients with complex medical needs. Recovery is not always linear and takes multiple paths and interventions, and that is what we are there to provide for patients that need extended hospital stays.
So you mentioned that you guys take care of really complex patients. What are 2 key treatments that help patients reclaim their independence again?
Yeah, we have an amazing pulmonology team that works seamlessly to take care of patients with complex respiratory conditions, including patients requiring prolonged ventilator support. We are proud that our ventilator liberation rates are consistently exceeding the national average.
Wow.
In addition, we have an extraordinary therapy department, including occupational, physical, speech, and nutrition, which maximizes patients' recovery back to the community. With all of these together, our team empowers patients to regain independent strength and their health.
That's awesome. Thank you, Dr. Beckholt. To learn more about leading edge care at U of M Health Sparrow Specialty Hospital, visit uofmhealthsparrow.org/SSH. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
So Kai, I understand that one of CATA's strategic goals is cross-boundary trips and regional mobility. Can you talk a little bit more about what that crazy little thing called microtransit is?
So microtransit is an on-demand transportation solution that CATA is offering inside select zones, which will bring customers to and from fixed route services.
Excellent. And can you talk a little bit about the value that microtransit services would bring to the region?
Absolutely. The value that microtransit promises is to facilitate first mile and last mile trips. That's really one of the main values of microtransit. So traditionally that would be filled with walking and biking, where some people struggle to do that. So microtransit offers a first mile, last mile solution to facilitate that transportation.
Great. And also, could you touch on the value that microtransit brings to the rider?
Very similar to a ride-sharing app, we bring a technology component when we're introducing microtransit. So you'll be able to see where the bus is and anticipate when the bus will be to you to pick you up. Also, you'll be able to track your ride throughout your transportation experience, knowing where you are at all times.
And where would the microtransit service operate in?
The microtransit zones that CATA will offer will be in Delhi Township, Meridian Township, service to the airport, and downtown Lansing service, as well as a new service inside Delta Township.
That's really great information. Kai, thank you so much for sharing today.
Thank you.
Wow, what another great show and another reason to discover Greater Lansing. So many wonderful things happening in our great, great community. From living, working, and playing, we've got it right here in Greater Lansing. Thanks for joining us.